Hey guys, so today is Quitter's Day. And what is Quitter's Day? Today is the day where the majority of people who set a New Year's resolution have already quit on it. And so I'm making this video for those of you who haven't quit, and why, if you've made a New Year's resolution at all, you should perhaps consider quitting it and trying something else instead. So today's video will talk about the process of starting, maybe procrastination, and why a New Year's resolution is probably never going to work for you. So to get started, how many people set a New Year's resolutions? According to Forbes online and a couple other sites that I had looked at, about 45% of Americans tend to set a New Year's resolution. How many actually stick with them? Well, throughout the entire year, I'll get to that in a second, but in the first week, 75% of people are somewhat still sticking with them. So in the first week of those 45% of people, there's 75% of them are still kind of going. This first month, about 25% of those people are still going. So 75 have already washed out by the first month. In fact, most have washed out by today, Quitter's Day. And then from the next 2 to 4 months, they say around 20 to 25% of the people will make it, and the average is like 3.7 months. So essentially in the first 4 months, about 20% of the people that create a resolution are still going strong. And by the end of the year, 8% succeed. So what does succeed look like? Well, it may be something that you really wanted to change about yourself. The most common things, by the way, are health and fitness related. And along that same lines, also still usually like weight loss goals or something like that, maybe a better diet. And then usually in the top 3 is something around financial goals, better spending, better budgeting, maybe making better choices for both food and the cost of goods and things like that. Or maybe you don't need that car, So most people make it 2 weeks. What does that say about you? Well, it actually doesn't say as much about you as you think. You're not a failure because you can't do this. The reason that typically this is a problem is not because of the individual, it's because of how you go about setting goals. If your goals are too vague or unrealistic, if you want to learn how to fly, well, guess what? You're probably not going to learn how to fly. Motivation drops incredibly quickly if you don't have a support group. And I've mentioned this in other videos, but one of the reasons that I love rock climbing is I like doing it, but also I love seeing the people. When I go there, I see 10 or 15, maybe 20 people that I know. There's usually always someone to climb with. There's usually always someone to hang out with or catch up with. And it's more of a social thing than it is a physical thing. You just happen to be getting exercise while you're visiting with friends. The motivation for me to go is largely around the fact that there are people that I know will be there that I can spend time with, that we can share a common interest. And the final reason that most people never make it very far into their New Year's goals is they don't have a system in place. There's no method of how to create a healthy habit, track it, and stay motivated to do so. So what can you do about that? Well, in my opinion, a great place to start is probably Atomic Habits. I love that book, and it's a simple book. It makes sense. It's probably not going to tell you anything you don't already know, by the way. It's going to just tell you things you have been ignoring. You've got to find what motivates you. Don't try to do it for the result. The result will appear when you do the thing that you want to do. For example, I'll use rock climbing one final time here. I didn't do it so I could get stronger. I did it because I enjoyed it. In the process of enjoying it, I got stronger. So, If only 8% of people make it the first year, what else was the reason for them not to be successful? 92% of the people didn't want that outcome? Unlikely. They probably did want to be healthier, maybe lose weight, or maybe be financially smarter with their money, or whatever, learn another language, do whatever the goal is that you set out. But without a way to stay motivated, track it, and see constant progress throughout the process, then you're gonna become disenchanted with that goal. And here's the final thought that I'd like to leave you with before I give you a little bit of advice. There's so many times where people say, all right, I'm going to go and eat better starting Monday, but today's Thursday, so this whole weekend I'm just going to go crazy. You're never going to be successful like that because you don't even want to do that. You're trying to force yourself to do something you don't even want to do. If I decide that I'm going to start doing something, I'm going to start right now. I don't need to wait for a Monday or 2 weeks from now or January 1st. That's nonsense. Because you didn't even want to start it at all if that's how you view that. So as long as you feel like you're forced, but yet no one holds you accountable, guess what? You will always fail. I hope that those of you who have made New Year's resolutions are still going strong. But really ask yourself, did you do it because you felt like you had to or because you wanted to? Find what really motivates you. And if you can figure that out, then you can find out what pieces of it motivate you, break it down into a small section, into small little wins that'll help keep you moving along. And you look up in 6 months and maybe you're still going. So I wish you all the best. Have a great day. Thanks.